You're insane! That was the only response I could muster when my best friend Liam asked me to do this. Either he was desperate or didn't think this through. He looked at me with large, pleading blue eyes. Andy, please. Liam, this isn't going to work. Pretending to be your boyfriend won't stop the stalking. It might, though. It's only till after the season's over. I couldn't believe I was having this conversation. When Liam asked me to wait for him after practice, I thought he'd spend our time complaining about someone on the team. Not this. There was no way this was going to work. For one, I wasn't gay, and Liam wasn't either. Two, I had a crush on someone. Please, Andy, it's only for a few weeks. No! Can't you just confront your stalker? Liam scoffed and rolled his eyes. Please, Andy, that's impossible. I'm the captain of the football team, which makes this even less plausible. I wouldn't be caught dead on the football field. Liam and I were polar opposites, but accepted each other. He preferred the pigskin, I preferred books and science labs. It was only because he stepped in when I got bullied in 6th grade did we become friends. Now, here we were, 6 years later in 12th grade, having this insane conversation. I shook my head. I can't do this, Liam. Why? I'm not gay. You think I am? This is just going to get that crazy chick away from me. Okay, maybe this could work. Highly unlikely, but what the heck was I thinking? I shook my head. No, I can't pretend to be your boyfriend. What will the team think? Who cares? If you could pretend to be my boyfriend, then no, Liam. I've done some crazy stuff before, but this is too much. Liam looked at me with surprise. I thought you pinky promised. I promised I'd help you if you need it. And right now, I need it. The stalker's become excessive. I get notes every day. You've seen the crap she scribbled, or he. I don't know who they are. Sighing, I nodded. Yes, I read all the love confessions and dissertations. Cringe-inducing garbage. But I didn't know why Liam was so flummoxed about this. I don't understand why you're so worried. It ruins my peace of mind. I'm the quarterback. If I'm off my game, everyone is. But you shouldn't rely on me for something like this. I glared at Liam. He was my best friend and did so much for me, but there were some lines I wasn't interested in crossing. I had no interest in him in that way. Sure, he was attractive. All the gals flocked to him. It made sense since he was muscular and had excessive charm. Can't you ask someone else? Why can't you help, Andy? Because I don't want to. I hate attention. Besides, I'm not into this. Anyway, I have to go. Got homework to do. Without another word, I turned and headed out the door, feeling a little guilty about saying no. But I refused to cross certain areas. Dating my best friend was one of them. If he couldn't accept that, then so be it. But was I willing to accept this? 2 days later. Another one! Liam looked at the stalker note and saw a chocolate square attached to it. The note said something corny like, "You're my sweet, perhaps I can be yours?" Liam rolled his eyes and tossed it away. This is getting out of hand, he muttered. I made a couple of notes in my notebook for biology class, refusing to look at Liam's eyes as they studied me. After a while, I sighed, putting the notebook down. Liam, Andy, please. You think that me dating you will stop this? It could. I've seen a shadowy figure hanging out during practice. Maybe you hanging out and pretending to be my boyfriend at games and practices might help. No, there was no way in hell this was going to work. Liam, I can't do that. I'm straight. Besides, I talked to Clara and she liked the flashcards I made. I got lucky and was paired up with Clara for math class. I did the homework, made the flashcards. She thanked me and said I was reliable. It was a compliment I held on to. Yeah, she liked it, but did she say anything else? No, but Liam closed the locker door and turned to me. His large hands rested on my shoulders as he leaned over me. I need this, Andy. I promise I don't know, do your homework. Yeah, I'll agree to that if I want to fail, I retort. Okay, fine. I'll tell the team not to harass you and stop any bullies. That wasn't a bad idea. I was a nerd, an easy target for those types of guys, but I wasn't sure how to feel about going through with this. I had to tell Liam the truth. Taking a deep breath, I finally voiced my qualms. I'm not into you like that. I'm straight, and I finally have a chance with Clara. I'm worried that dating you might ruin it. Liam nodded. I get it. I know it's wrong of me to ask. Hell, I'm second guessing myself. But I can't ask anyone else. You're my best friend, Andy. Someone I care about a lot, and, well, the only one I really trust. I knew he cared. We promised we'd be there for one another. So, like, if I did this, how long and what will we have to do? Just till the end of the season. I can lay low during the off season to gather myself. Then, maybe I can find this stalker. You don't have any idea? He shook his head. No, it's just some crazy chick who's madly in love with me. I know she comes to practice, but... But what? But I think maybe she'll listen if I tell her that I'm not into gals like her. We don't even need to kiss. Just say we're dating. Hold hands and all that crap. What do I get out of this? It doesn't seem fair to me. I'll fight off all bullies. Put a good word into the jocks and help get you some popularity. It might help with Clara, too. After we break up, she can then fall into your arms. The offer was tempting. Fine, you win. Do that. Maybe help me with chores around the house. And I'll be your boyfriend. Alright, you've got a deal. We shook hands, agreeing to this fake dating. It seemed reasonable, at least. Popularity was a decent carrot on a stick. Plus, Liam helped me more times than I could count. 2 days later. Ready? As ready as I'll ever be, I mutter. We had to practice, catching the eyes of some of the players. That's when Liam did it. He held my hand. What was this? For a second, it felt weird, but also strangely nice. His hands were large, and they dwarfed mine. I squeezed his hand tighter as he spoke with some of the other players. It felt weird, but also strangely comforting. We were never the type to be close. Liam flashed a grin at me, along with a wink. Taking a deep breath, I gathered myself. It was only for a season. Still, I liked our closeness. 2 days later. Liam and I agreed to go out to some sort of movie night the guys were having. However, as the movie played, Liam rested his body against mine. Whoa, this is close. For a second I froze, but then Liam winked, and I shuffled myself towards him. We stayed closer, even though it felt different. I never thought of Liam like this, and yet it was comforting. He grabbed my hand again, the familiar warmth causing butterflies to flutter in my stomach. What the hell? I liked this. I thought that... You good? Liam asked. I nodded. Yeah, totally fine. The movie continued. All I thought about was our close bodies and how I was beginning to warm up to it. I noticed as well that Liam also didn't seem to mind it either. A week later. Dating wasn't so bad. It's mostly us doing the same old activities with one another, but with Liam saying I was his boyfriend. The closeness felt weird. I warmed up to it, but sometimes I caught Liam looking at me for a bit longer. It was embarrassing. A couple of the players were confused. Most brushed it off and didn't say much. We would hold hands, occasionally hug, nothing more. The touches were purely platonic, so I didn't need to worry all that much. Still, whenever Liam touched me, I felt weird. I kinda liked it, even though it made no sense why I would enjoy something like that. Liam was handsome, but I didn't like men like that. I just pointed out the obvious. The guy was conventionally attractive, and me? Well, half the time I hid my face behind a book, and the other half of the time behind my glasses. As Liam gathered his stuff, he turned to me. Ready to go, boyfriend? You don't need to make a big deal out of it. I'm not. Liam walked a few steps closer, turning to me. Our eyes met, and for a second, I processed our closeness. Part of me wanted to take a step back, but another part of me grew curious as to what he was doing. Liam, what are you... You know, you've got pretty eyes, he remarks, looking at them. You should wear your glasses less. I never noticed, but I like them. Before I fathomed a response, Liam stepped away. Heading towards the door, he motioned to me. Liam's a smooth talker, but I never expected him to say it like that. Ready to go home? I want to rest up before our game tomorrow. You're coming, right? Of course, not because I'm your boyfriend. Because you're my supportive friend, Liam replied. I appreciate it, Andy. You've always supported me better than others. I've always admired that about you, which makes me wonder if this whole fake dating thing isn't so fake after all. Wait, you're into this? Maybe. I have been a little bi-curious, he stated with a slight wink. I stood there, completely dumbfounded. Wait, so Liam likes this? He might be... Oh my god. You're welcome, I replied, my throat dry. Why did I enjoy that closeness? Why did Liam's smoldering look have that effect on me? I must be going crazy. We left, not mentioning much else, but the entire time I thought about that compliment and what it meant. Maybe I should ditch the glasses. 2 days later. I went to Liam's game and cheered him on. They won, getting the game-winning pass and scoring a touchdown. The entire time I cheered, but noticed Liam waving and looking at me. The words he mentioned continued to echo throughout my mind. Why did such a small compliment get to me like that? I looked and saw Clara in the stands. We locked eyes and she flashed a smile. I thought we were getting closer too. Word hadn't traveled far about Liam and I together, and I wanted to keep it that way. That evening we went to a party. It was one of those parties with drinking and revelry. I stayed in the corner, drinking the ginger ale, feeling weird about even touching that. There's the man of the hour! One of the guys, Hank, and Liam walked over. Liam placed his arm around me, and I leaned in slightly. Hey, sorry, I wanted some space, I explained. It's fine. What about... So are you two really together? The head cheerleader, Alice Myers, asked. A couple of the other cheerleaders surrounded us, their eyes filled with the same question. I looked at Liam, who smiled. Sure are. I've never seen you two kiss, Alice said. Seems a bit strange. Oh, don't worry, we are, Liam added. Prove it then. The words hung over the air. Liam turned to me, and as quickly as it happened, his lips were on mine. No way. This wasn't happening. I tried to avoid looking shocked, but it was all I could feel. Why was Liam kissing me? This was all happening way too fast. But it wasn't all those qualms that bothered me. No, it was the fact that I liked it. His lips were rough, but also had a plushness to them. For a moment, I kissed him back, enjoying it. Liam pulled away. Cheers and squeals from the crowd echoed throughout the sports clubhouse. I looked at Liam, who smiled, but in his eyes, I saw something else too. The same shock that I felt. He grabbed my hand and held it. Liam, Thanks for playing along, he whispered. Was it playing along? It had to be. I nodded, feeling hollowed by the actions. The party continued, but all I could think about was the kiss, and how much I liked it. I hated myself for it. A week later. I avoided Liam for a bit. Sure, I'd put on a show when I was with him, but distanced myself. However, I did start to wear contacts instead of my glasses. It wasn't because of what Liam said. Okay, maybe it was. Clara noticed. She stopped me in the lab and looked at me, flashing a smile, and she spoke. Hey, you're not wearing your glasses. Oh, yeah, I thought about doing something different, I said, running a hand through my hair. She touched my shoulder. I like it. Brings out your eyes. The same thing Liam said. Except it didn't arouse the same feelings as when she did. Thank you, I managed to reply. Clara disappeared and I sighed. I had to talk to her. An hour later. I left the lab and Liam came over to me. Andy, there you are. Liam, I began. His eyes widened and confusion settled over him. Hi? Is everything okay? No, it wasn't. In fact, it wasn't going to be okay. Taking a deep breath, I finally told him what I wanted to say. I can't do this. I'm missing my chance with Clara. She'll be around? No, she won't. I'm going to talk to her today, Andy. You've done well so far. I don't think you and I hate this as much as you think you do. No, I didn't. Which was what made this whole thing complicated. All I thought about was the kiss with Liam, our hands touching, and the inner turmoil of whether or not I wanted Clara. I'm sorry, Liam. I need to talk to her now. Fine. I could tell Liam was a bit upset. I knew he was mad, but I needed some reassurance. Then again, as I walked down the hallway, I kept thinking about him. Was I doing the right thing, going to see her? Why did I have so many doubts? I went to my classes but noticed during math that Clara wasn't there. Strange, she was in the lab with me. After classes came to practice. I went outside, making my way to the bleachers. I didn't know why I bothered. I told Liam I wasn't going to do this. I had to stand my ground and muster the courage to tell Clara how I felt. Rounding the corner, I took a deep breath and pulled my shoulders back, conveying an air of confidence. Okay, now I stopped. Right behind the bleachers was Clara, kissing none other than Brody Cummings, the running back. They were in a tight lip lock. My world crumbled. All those months of pining led to nothing. Frustrated, I turned around and immediately went home. That night, I didn't respond to Liam or anyone else. My heart broke and I missed my chance. I lost Clara, my first crush. 5 days later. Andy? Go away, I muttered. It'd been 5 days since Clara broke my heart. Liam tried to talk to me, but I refused to say anything to him. It hurt, and he was part of the reason. I guess word spread that we were together, which cost me this chance. Liam grumbled, finally turning the knob. You're bad at locking your door. Go away, Liam. What happened? I heard from the others that you hadn't been at school. I turned away, shrugging. It's nothing. Just what? Thinking about it made my heart hurt. I hated that I lost my chance with Clara. Closing my eyes, I wiped the tears away. It's Clara. Because of us, I lost that chance. Liam sat on the bed and looked at me. Because we're together? Yes! You do know that Clara and Brody have been dating for like 6 months, right? I looked at him, confused. She never said... Yeah, they keep it on the down low. Clara is the team bicycle, and only settled with Brody after a huge fight. Oh, I didn't know that. Sighing, I wiped the tears away and uttered a laugh. I'm such a dumbass. I thought I had a chance. I didn't want to destroy your confidence, but too late for that. And now because of that kiss, I froze, feeling the blues begin to form on my face. Liam cocked his head. The kiss? Yeah, Damn it. I grabbed a pillow and hid my face. Liam grabbed the pillow and put it to the side. Tell me, Andy, we're best friends. We were, but I hated admitting it. I never thought I was gay. Now here I am, fantasizing about a kiss. That kiss we shared, I liked it. I don't know why. I never had feelings for you like this before. Liam nodded. Me neither. This whole situation is complicated for both of us. Maybe take it slow to figure this out. I asked you to date me because you're my best friend. The one I could trust with some crazy person bothering me. Hell, I never thought about kissing a guy ever. Now, here we are. Yeah, who knows. Maybe we should go on another date and figure this out? I looked at him, slightly surprised. Fake or real? Whatever you want it to be, Andy. That did seem like a good idea. Besides, if I lost my chance with Clara, at least I had a chance with Liam. What about you? Do you like this? He nodded. Yeah, I never thought about you like this, Andy. When I told you, you had pretty eyes, though. I meant it. My heart thumped. The room grew smaller as I clung to every word. I appreciated it. I started wearing my contacts because of you. He chuckled, leaning in. Keep wearing them. Makes you look good. Liam's musky scent made me heady. But also, I liked this. He was my best friend, and we could talk about anything. I will, Liam. Thanks. We agreed to another date next Friday. Going to some sort of cafe and then checking out a movie together. I figured in order to figure out these feelings, a date with Liam would be the surfier way to give me answers I sought. A week later. Our date came sooner than I thought. I showed up, wearing my contacts like he wanted. Liam grabbed my hand and together we ordered some shakes. He paid, and as we sat down together, I caught him staring. Something on your mind? No, it's just... You have really gorgeous eyes, Andy. I know that sounds so cringe, but thank you. You do as well. Liam did have pretty eyes, and a protective, muscular body. Whenever we held hands, I paid attention to the way our hands fit. His were bigger, enveloping over mine, and I liked it. Liam leaned in, our bodies touching. Thank you, Andy. You know, I've always found you to be a nerd, but maybe that's part of the charm. You were untouchable in my mind, Liam. You always had the girls and everything. He chuckled. Yes, but they don't mean anything to me compared to you. My eyes widened at the compliment. Liam grabbed my milkshake and sipped. He turned his straw and gestured for me to sip. I did such. It was weird. Almost like we were kissing. Pulling back, I sighed with contentment. Yours is good. So is yours. Sweet, just like you. The compliment had me blushing. Later that night. That movie was so corny! For real, I uttered as we headed to the car. The movie was stupid. Some action flick that was filled with B-list celebrities at best. Still, I liked it. In a way, it was like watching movies with my best friend. Except, of course, we had this relationship thing as well. We walked to the car and Liam stood there. He closed the distance, and before I knew it, our lips were on each other's. I liked it. I'd been waiting for him to kiss me all day. The milkshake kiss was nice, but the real thing was no comparison. He pulled away and for a moment touched my face. I had a great time today, Andy. This is nice. I nodded. It was. An awkward silence followed. Biting my lip, I looked into Liam's eyes, uttering the question on the tip of my tongue. So is this fake? I had to know. Were we still fake dating? He shrugged. I'll leave it up to you. But if we were dating, I wouldn't mind it. I wanted this too. Maybe I really did like Liam. All this time I battled these feelings. Now here they were, sitting there. I'd like that, Liam. I like you. I like you too. We shared another passionate kissing in the parking lot, my feelings growing stronger by the second. I did like Liam a lot. This pretend dating wasn't so fake after all, and it made me realize that I wanted something more to do with him. A week later. I'll be back after I finish our laps, I said to Liam. Alright, babe, hurry back. We shared a kiss and I pulled back, smiling. I'd never get tired of kissing Liam. I will. Dating Liam felt so natural. We kissed and hugged, the whole 9 yards. People were supportive. Even Clara was surprised. I gave up on her. I doubted I'd ever feel the way about Clara that I did about Liam. Plus she had Brody, and after the revelation from Liam, I lost interest in her. I headed to the lab and set up my tools to begin. Just as I combined the first 2 chemicals, the door opened. A girl walked in. Can I help you? She walked over. Her eyes met mine, and an evil smile crossed her face. You're his boyfriend, aren't you? My man's? Wait, this was Liam's stalker. He mentioned never seeing more than a shadow. Folding my arms across my chest, my eyes narrowed. Why do you ask? Because you need to break up with him. I've given you enough time. End it. I shook my head. No, I don't want to. This wasn't just a fleeting relationship. This was something more. I like him. You've been stalking him for too long and... She raised her hand, sliding all the beakers on the floor. The glass crashed, echoing through the lab. Break up with him or you're going to pay. Was this a threat? Because I had no intention of giving this chick what she wanted. I'm not going to. I like Liam. He's happy. She snarled, taking a few steps back. Then I'll make sure to take the one person who makes him happy. You should have never crossed me. I tried forming a response. Before I could, she was gone. That was weird. I dismissed it, but I felt an unsettling sensation in the pit of my stomach. A month later. Liam and I got even closer. I ignored the strange girl's threat. One evening, I walked home late. Liam was finishing practice. It was their final one before the big game tomorrow. Over the last month, we'd gotten even closer. The dates became more frequent and special. Liam showed me off. This wasn't pretend, and I had nothing to worry about. As I crossed the street, something rustled in the bushes. I turned, and before I knew it, I was on the ground, attacked by someone. Let me go! No, the voice said. I recognized it. Take him to the warehouse. There he can die, and then Liam will pay attention to me. Do it, Grayson! Grayson! Wait, that was... Before I could usher a response, my eyes dilated and I collapsed on the ground. Hours later, I woke up in a warehouse. Judging from the sounds outside, the wind howling, it was the warehouse over on the edge of town. I squirmed, and next to my neck was a knife. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I looked, seeing that girl from before, along with Grayson, the rival captain of the team. What's going on? They both laughed. Looks like we did a good job, didn't we, Clara? Sure did, the girl replied. He'll be out of the way, and Liam will be so distraught he'll play terribly tomorrow. I knew your father's connections to the Mafia would work. Mafia? There's no way. Let me go. No. In fact, we're going to kill you right now. It'll make things so much better. Grayson grabbed the knife and walked over. He pressed against my throat. Just as he raised it, I closed my eyes. Grayson's family was part of the Mafia. They could hide my body. This was the end. And I never even told Liam how I felt. Any last words? Grayson asked. The blade pressed to my skin and drawing blood. Get away from him! The sound of punches filled the room. The knife clattered to the side. Blinking, I saw two things. Grayson lying on the ground unconscious, and Clara lunging herself at Liam. He pushed Clara away, and she hit the ground with a thud. Rushing towards me, he undid the bindings. You're safe. When I heard from Travis that you were attacked, I had to... How did you find me? He pulled away and shook his head. We can talk later. The police will be here in a second. Let's give our statements. All right. 2 hours later. The police got our statements and arrested Clara and Grayson. Cara's stalker tendencies did not go unpunished. Grayson's dad bailed him out, but word spread about what he did. By morning, he'd be dismissed from the team. Liam walked me home. Our hands brushed, but in my heart, I had a million things I wanted to say. He was my hero, my bright, shining star that cared so much. The realization of what Liam meant to me wafted over me. We stood in front of my house, and I turned to face him. Liam, there's something I want to tell you. He nodded. Yeah, same here, Andy. Something I've wanted to get off my chest for a long time. We gazed upon each other. I took the liberty to go first. You've been so special and important to my life. Same here. I've fallen for you, Andy. You mean something to me, and I'm glad that I was here in time. The words lit up my world. We shared another kiss, and as Liam held me in a protective embrace, he murmured in my ear, I love you, Liam, I finally stated, feeling better. I realized this wasn't just attraction anymore, but something else. Liam planted a soft kiss on my cheek, and my heart warmed up even more. Good. I think I love you too. I told you, I'd always be here to protect you. Yes, you would. We kissed again, and that night we spent it together. It was special, different even. Liam opened up a new world, something I never expected. Sometimes best friends have crazy ideas, and sometimes humoring them turns into something magical. Liam's team won the game. Grayson was kicked off the team. Clara was sent to correctional school for juvenile delinquents, and I was never harassed again. We went to every event together as a couple, even the spring formal. He took my virginity that night, and it was special. We became high school sweethearts, and our relationship continued even after graduation. Liam was my protector, my man, and someone magical. The end. Have you ever discovered your sexuality through a friend? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing to become a part of our Rainbow Force and stay wholesome.